What's up, guys? I'm back. I took a couple weeks off for Christmas and New Year's. It's been miserably cold out. It's 29 degrees right now, and the barn's been really cold, so it's been hard to work out there. I have been out there working on a few projects for some Christmas presents. You'll probably see that later. The snow, there's not enough snow to really go snowmobiling, and it's so cold that riding the side-by-side is kind of miserable right now. And I cleaned them up, and I didn't want to get them all dirty before I do these next couple installs. So I've just kind of been, you know, enjoying time with family and doing some traveling, whatnot. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, New Year, whatever else you celebrate. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the awesome track building machine that I got. But before we do that, I got to take care of a few things because it's 4 o'clock, so that means I have very little sunlight. So I'm gonna just get a couple things done, and then I will show you that machine. This is gonna be kind of a vlog style video. I haven't done that before, but there's a couple things that I wanted to show you that's going on, and I couldn't think of another way to do it. But if you want to skip forward to the reveal, go ahead. I'm gonna put some timestamps down the bottom. So right now I got to hook up a trailer, and I'll show you the rest. Before I hook up the trailer, I got to grab my battery charger. I got to charge up a few things. You'll notice my shop is really dirty. That's from working on those Christmas gifts I was telling you about. This is all powder coating stuff. I bought a Harbor Freight powder coat gun. It actually works really well for small things. I've been using a toaster oven to cure the powder coat. I actually did buy an actual oven to do a little bit bigger powder coating things. But yeah, my toaster oven's been getting a workout, but I gotta clean the barn after this video. That's why the heater's going. I gotta warm it up in here. Yeah, I just had the barn clean, but when you're working on projects, things get out of hand quickly. But one of the things I was working on, my sister has the exact same smart car as my wife, and she really wanted some Mickey Mouse decals or something for her car. So I made her some decorative Mickey Mouse things to put in her tow hooks. So the smart car has 3 tow hooks, one in the front, for some reason one, I don't know why. And then it's got 2 in the back. Right now she has some metal studs, and my wife's car actually came with those same decorative studs. I ended up machining those down and making them into some Mickey Mouse tow hook decoration things. I made her 2 Mickey Mouse heads and a Mickey Mouse middle finger. I thought that was funny. So she can put them on or whatever she wants to do with them. And then for my mom, I made a set of lips that go into her trailer hitch. She really likes lip design. She likes anything red to match her Avalanche. She's got a red Avalanche, red golf cart, and now a red side-by-side. You guys haven't seen that, but they just bought that. So everything she has is red. So the lips, all of it came out pretty good. But yeah, now I have to clean my garage out probably after this video, because I'm gonna do an install on this YXZ right after this. So I'm gonna grab my battery charger and we'll throw it on. So I had some things at my parents' house that I needed to pick up, and when we went down there for Christmas, I decided to grab them. I brought a trailer down, but the one thing ended up having a dead battery, so I got to throw the battery charger on it for a little while. But it's going to be a project that I'm going to start working on pretty immediately. So hopefully you guys are going to be following that or excited about it. I'll show you what it is real soon in this video. I just got to hook the trailer up and get it close enough where I can plug in the battery charger. Thank God for backup cameras. Oh my God. Backup cameras are awesome. Well, before I hook the trailer up, I'll just show you. I picked up the 4-wheel steer Coot from my parents' house. I have a lot of different things that I want to add to this. One being a power steering unit, because this thing, the main reason no one rides it is because it is ridiculously hard to steer. I'm going to add a power steering unit, a cooling fan for the engine. I'm going to put these seats in the back and then put a bench seat on the front of it. Unfortunately, it is covered in snow because I couldn't get it off the trailer last night and it decided to snow today, which is fine. I'm going to get it charged up and throw it in the garage, get it thawed out. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of little stuff that I want to add to this. Some lights. I need to cut those tow hooks off. Someone added those to tie it down to a trailer and they get hung up on stuff. The bottom of the Coot is supposed to be flat. And I'm thinking about adding a propeller to this. This thing floats. If you've seen my previous video, we've taken it in a lot of water. It floats really well, but these tires, they don't really propel it all that fast. Our other Coot has a propeller on it, so I think I'm gonna do the same thing to this one. But yeah, I'm just gonna get this thing cleaned up and running, ready for spring here. So if you're interested in Coots or amphibious vehicles, this thing's gonna be awesome. This thing climbs, it's geared really low, both axles are locked all the time. That's another reason it steers really hard. But yeah, I think that electronic steering box is going to make a huge difference. But you see how tight this thing is in this trailer? It's pretty insane. But I'm gonna hook this trailer up and start getting this thing charged up. I'm just gonna put this in jumper mode. So the battery should be good in this thing. It's pretty much brand new. This has been sitting in my dad's barn, which is enclosed, but it's not temperature controlled, so it was really cold in there, and it hasn't been used in probably, I don't know, most of a year. So just gonna give it a little charge, enough to get it in the barn. All right, this thing usually starts up pretty easy. I'm gonna pull the choke, give it a little bit. All right, I gave it exactly 1 minute, so let's see if it did anything. I don't think that's on there. There we go. Oh, my fingers. No, she's dead. All right, guys, the wait is over. It's time for me to show you the ultimate track building machine. All right, so here it is. Disappointed! Actually, I did buy this backhoe recently. It's a nice backhoe, but this isn't the machine that I'm talking about. I did pick this up. It's gonna help us make some jumps. I've already started some out back, but yeah, this is just a older backhoe that I picked up. It runs really good. It's got 2-wheel drive, which kind of sucks, but the thing runs great. It's got a cab with a heater and all that stuff, so it's gonna be nice. But this isn't the machine I'm talking about, so let me unveil the real track building machine. All right, guys, this is it. It is a very old Struck mini bulldozer. This used to be mine when I was a little kid, and it finally found its way back into my life. I will tell you the whole story about it. I'm gonna bring it inside, get it warming up a little bit. There's some snow all over it. I'll get it warmed up, and then I'll tell you all about this thing. But this thing is so cool. It's got little sprockets, and the tracks move. It's got a chain drive. This isn't the engine that it had in it when it left my life, but you see it's got driving sticks with pulleys and belts. It's got a belt drive off the engine. This thing is awesome. It's got a little trailer hitch. This is the belt drive system. And then check this out. This is how you work the blade. It's awesome. And honestly, I might try to move a little dirt with it, but this thing I doubt is gonna do a lot for me. It's just kind of a sentimental sort of thing. I've always loved this thing. I'm really happy to have it back. The blade even tilts. This thing is awesome. But my son is super excited to get to drive this thing. I've never actually got to drive it, so let's get it inside, get it warmed up, and see if maybe we can get it started. I'm really excited about seeing it run for the first time ever. But before I get it inside, I'm gonna sit on it and see how ridiculous I look on it. All right. Woo! This is ridiculous. It's still gonna be fun to drive. It feels so stupid, but this thing's awesome. It does have a hood for it. It's actually in my car. Let's get it loaded up. All right, I'm impatient, so I pulled my car over to give it a little jump. There we go. With a little bit of jump, she started right up. I should go put it directly in the barn and get the battery charged, but I really want to take it on the pond, which is probably a stupid idea. Be a bad idea. It's open right there. Huh. was right.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Woo. All right. Well, looks to be super not ready. Let's back her up. All right, I'm currently standing in the back. Quite a bad idea. Oh, don't do that. All right, current situation, it's out of gas. My wife is gonna pull it out a little bit. She had nothing better to do, right? All right, I'm gonna try not to get hit. Yeah. Hold on.
I'm sliding real close to this tree over here.
Okay. Let me hook it on better. Back up a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, it turns out it's cold. This ice is getting kind of lodged everywhere. It's chilly, that's for sure. Wish the battery wasn't dead. Told you it was stupid. All right, it's coming out. I'm so dumb. I'm letting some water out of it because when you get these wheels spinning, there's a little hole up here where the steering shaft comes through. It was kicking a lot of water in there, so we'll get it pulled back. I'll jump it and then I'll put it in the garage. How about that? Yeah, that's not ready to be driven on. I should have known by the open spot down there and the one on the other side, but that was a great time. Soaked. Yeah, I really should have checked the gas. This thing's got a tiny gas tank and it is pretty much empty. I think all of it went to the front when the nose dipped down with me in it, stalled it, and the battery is still dead. So all in all, terrible idea. Ah. All right, she's running again. Got it all filled up with gas. Now I think I can make it. Just kidding. I'm not that dumb. All right, I'm back. I went and got warmed up, got a change of clothes. That was really dumb. And I knew it was a bad idea, but I had to do it for you guys. No, I wanted to see, I don't know what I wanted to see. I just wanted to drive it. It's been so long since I drove the Coot. But yeah, a few things went wrong. One, the ice broke, which I kind of expected, but it's amphibious, so it's supposed to float, which I've taken it out many times and floated it. It worked fine. This time, it dug in and the back end sat on some ice and then kind of dug the front end in, and then the tires kicked water up through the steering shaft holes, which sunk the front end, and it tipped forward. So the little bit of gas that I had in it went to the front of the gas tank, so the engine died. And of course, since we had to jump start it, it didn't start back up in the middle of the pond. So yeah, my wife ended up getting it pulled out, and then I let some of the water out of it, put some gas in it, jump started it, got it back in the garage, and yeah, I'm excited to start working on that soon. There's not a lot to do to it. I got to paint some things, got to make a seat. I got some lights I want to put on it, the power steering that I want to add to it. I might do a cage because at some point I'd like to take it to Silver Lake. I think that'd be fun to go in the little water holes and stuff in there and just float across. But I noticed that some of the bolts holding in the rear axle were loose and letting in some water. So I got a few things to tighten up and fix on it before we take it on any real good rides, but there's not a lot of work to do on that. But yeah, anyway, the bulldozer. So I was going to tell you about that. It's kind of a neat, cute little thing. And so when I was little, this was given to me. I mean, I think before I could walk, this was given to me by my great uncle. And I absolutely always loved this thing. But it was down in the bottom of our barn. The thing never ran. It had an old engine in it, and I mean, when I was little, I tried so many times to get the thing started. I replaced gas lines. I mean, I had polished the spark plugs. I mean, I had those things shining. I mean, I messed with the magneto trying to get spark. I mean, I tried and tried everything. Like all through the years, every couple of months, I would go out and try to work on the thing. And I didn't have enough know-how when I was little to get it running. And then, I mean, I would just go out in the barn and sit on the thing and pretend to drive it. And I mean, I wanted it to run so bad. And I mean, no matter what I did, I could not get the thing to run. And then after sitting for a little while, when I was 13, I decided, I'm like, I've worked on a handful of things. I had some like mopeds and stuff that I'd worked on and got running. And I had enough experience that I was like, okay, I'm going to get it running now. So I had my cousin pull me up behind the four-wheeler on this thing. We pulled it up to the garage so I could start working on it. And my uncle just happened to go by the house, and he stopped and he said, "Hey, that's mine." And he loaded it up and took it with him. And I didn't say anything, but I was heartbroken. I was really upset, have been upset for many years. I don't blame him. He kind of had dementia as, you know, things progressed, and he wasn't really in his right mind. But anyway, a few years back, he ended up passing away, and they were cleaning out the barn and they found this thing, and my mom and dad actually went and picked it up for me, and I was so happy. I mean, this thing looks like the day it left my house, other than somebody put a new motor in it. So it may have a chance of actually starting up. I haven't messed with it. I pulled it and made sure the engine's free, but I haven't messed with it at all. But I'm just so happy to see the thing. I doubt it pushes a lot of dirt or does much of anything, but I mean, I've always loved this thing. I don't know why. I like weird vehicles, and this thing is strange. And I showed my son, and he absolutely loves it. I mean, just as much as I did. He asked me all the time, I mean, for the last couple of weeks, just when are we going to get that thing going? I want to drive it. So I'm going to try to get it started tonight. Even if I got to buy a new engine, that's fine, but this thing is going to run, and I'm just really excited to have it back. So now that some of the snow is melted off, I'll give you a little bit better look at how this thing works. All right, so it does have metal tracks. Look at my foot compared to this thing. It's so funny. But it's got a chain drive here, and then in there is all the belts. Then the sticks just put tension on the belts. It's got a tensioner, big sprockets here, and the track actually moves, so that's a good thing. I still haven't got the hood out of my truck, but yeah, these are little feet holders. Like I said, the plow goes up and down. It's just so neat. It's just got a tiny little engine, Briggs & Stratton 206. Yeah, this is not the engine that used to be in it. It used to be white, but hopefully we can get this thing started up. I'm gonna drain the gas, maybe clean the spark plug, look at the air filter, just give it a try. I'm so excited. This thing is just so goofy. No electronics, no headlights, but it is just awesome. All right, I'm not really sure what this lever does. Let's see. Bring the light in. Okay, so it engages and disengages the drive belt. So right now it's disengaged and in there, so that must mean it's in neutral, sort of. All right, let's see. The gas cap is cracked. You can see right through it. See what the gas looks like. There is absolutely not a drop of gas in there. That might be a good thing. Man, do I just try to throw some gas in and start it? I'm gonna do it. I was right about everything else today. Just kidding. All right, I went and got the gas can, but I also grabbed the hood so you can see. It's so cool. Huh. So one thing, I feel like I remember this thing having a little throttle right here. I don't really know what you control the throttle with. It looks like it's on just straight bunny mode all the time. I don't know. Huh. That's okay. I can come up with something to control the throttle. But all right, I'm gonna throw some gas in. We'll see. I'm nervous. Hopefully this thing doesn't take off and plow into my quads. Put the blade down to slow it. I don't expect this to take off, to be completely honest. The gas is on. I'll give it a few pulls to hopefully get some gas going in there. All right, let's see. Oh, wait. All right. Wasn't in there too tight. Ooh, that looks pretty bad. See if it's getting any spark. Yep. Pretty good spark. Man, she ought to fire. All right, I'm gonna spray some starting fluid in it. I'm gonna use a funnel because there's a bunch of dirt and looks like insulation. Maybe a mouse was in there at some point. I'm gonna use a funnel, hopefully block it from falling in the engine. All right, hopefully that did it. Come on. That plug does look pretty bad, but it sparked, so we'll see. Hopefully the starting fluid might prime the engine a little bit and get some gas flowing. All right. Oh, it didn't even fire. It did something! Woo! Heck yeah. Man. Come on. Boy, she dies right out. Man, it just smells like burnt mice. All right, that's about it for this video. I gotta get to bed. It's super late and I gotta warm up. It is like 19 degrees in this barn and I'm freezing. I was in the pond, completely soaked. It's just time to go warm up. But the fact that this thing ran on starting fluid is really promising. I'm gonna get everything cleaned up and greased up, get a new spark plug, get the carburetor cleaned out. So hopefully next video you see of this thing, I'll be driving it. I know it's hard to think of my big self driving this thing around, but I'm gonna do it. I bet I've sat on this thing for 100 hours, just in the barn, pretending to drive it as a little kid. So I cannot wait till I get to drive it for the first time. And I'm kinda on the fence. I really wanna show my son's first time driving it, but at the same time, I like to keep my kids off the internet, but I think it'll be worth it. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that, but I know he's gonna absolutely love it. Every time he sits on the thing, he's smiling ear to ear and he's bugging me for the last couple weeks to get it running. So yeah, still don't know about that, but I apologize if this title or thumbnail was a little bit clickbaity. I did want to show you this because I think it's really awesome and I love it, but I also did want to introduce my backhoe. I did buy that thing fairly recently. I went through all the hydraulic cylinders, replaced all the seals and everything, so it's good to go. There is one cylinder that I need to replace because it's bent, but that's on the back boom. So I can do a lot of track building without that thing running, but hopefully in the spring I'll get that cylinder fixed and then I'll have a great track building machine and we'll get the track all built. Then I can get my suspension on my YXZs all dialed in, and then we'll have a nice track to ride all of our off-road vehicles on. So I'm excited about that. If you like this video, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. We have a ton of off-road videos, and obviously you never know what's gonna be on the channel because I do a lot of weird things. We got side-by-sides. I was gonna get the snowmobiles out this video because we did get like 6 inches of snow, but I'm just too cold to go out there and mess with it, and I guarantee one of the batteries is gonna be dead. Those ones don't have a pull starter, so yeah, I don't wanna mess with that tonight. But we also have the Coot you've seen, sport quads, just a lot of off-road stuff. And I'm super excited about this new project that I'm taking on. Kinda nervous, but I think you guys are gonna love it. It's a huge undertaking, but I've already dove head first into it and started buying things, so I'm excited to introduce it to you. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really sweet. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.